Okay, we're live. Hello everyone, and hey Andy, it's nice to have you here today.
Good to see you. Always happy to be around you.
Yeah, it's always my pleasure to have you on my X Spaces, X Lives, and every format basically that we are doing. So yeah, before we jump into today's conversation, first of all, I'm happy to see everyone. Then we are kicking off season 2 of Binance Connect of this format. It will be in the format of X Lives. And it will be upgraded. I will have a lot of nice giveaways and a lot of nice topics, speakers, etc. Before we start, as I said, we have a few giveaways happening throughout the session, okay? First, I will be dropping 2 Binance Red packets, basically crypto, okay, worth $50 each. So basically, in total, it's 100 during today's lives. The first one will be somewhere in the middle of the conversation, and another one will be closer to the end. So you should just stay with us, listen to us, and I will just announce it, okay? It will be like a short giveaway break. And also regarding Binance Swag giveaway, you already left really a lot of great questions for Andy about our today's topic under the announcement post in the comments. I chose some of them, and I will just bring some of them into our Q&A at the end. And after the live, we will select winners. I will just announce them after the live, okay? So it will work like that. The mechanic is pretty simple, and I hope you will enjoy your prizes as well, okay? All right, Andy, I think we are ready. Let's go with this. First of all, last time we spoke, I actually didn't read your book yet, and we call this conversation as a pre-read. And now I did my homework. I've spent some time with your book. It's called, just for our listeners, Web4, The Age of Autonomous Intelligence. First of all, thank you for writing this. Thank you for sharing it with me as well. And I definitely gave a lot, to think about and helped me to prepare for today's conversation. I don't want this conversation to be only about the book itself, but it will be like I want to take some ideas behind your book, behind Web4, and look at them from a different angles, basically to challenge some of ideas. And also, as I said, I have really nice questions from community, and they also want to challenge some ideas. Let's, what I wanted to start with. I wanted to start with one scene that I heard from my friend, from my, let's see, colleague, yeah, from Twitter. When I was preparing, when I was announcing the stream, they said to me something like, why should we call everything web something? Why should we call everything web 2, web 3, web 4, web 5, etc., etc.? And for some people outside this conversation, it can sound like we're simply giving the internet just new number every few years. So the first question I want to ask you is: web 3 just another label? Do we actually need this term web 4, do we actually need this term web 4? And is there a real big change happening to justify calling this a completely new era of the web?
I think whether it's Web 4, Web 5, Web 6, um, is something that is really happening, right? So we didn't coin the term Web 1, Web 2, Web 3, right? So if you take that logic, Web 4 is is the next one, right? So I think that question is a little bit strange. Um, let's put it this way: is AI important? Maybe not,
Yes.
right? If is a DEX important? Maybe not too, right?
Mhm.
So whether this is going to be a new era or not a new era, it purely depends on whether people can understand what is going to come next, right? If the next thing that is going to happen is going to be AI, right? You can call it the AI web, you can call it a web AI, whatever thing that you want to call, right? Ultimately, AI is going to come, and ultimately, AI is going to bring the new set of value to the whole internet, not just crypto, because crypto is just a small subset, right?
Yeah.
Coining it Web4, to be honest, I think it is a bit more pro crypto, right? This is a new era, that we should all look forward to, from a Web3 to a Web4. That's it, right? There are friends who also didn't like the fact that AI is going to rule the world. It's going to take over a lot of these things that we are doing right now. Some of them are not happy with that, but you can be unhappy, right? You can not join a Web3 and you can ignore a Web4, but you can't ignore the fact that AI is just here to stay, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
so I think the question is pretty invalid, to be honest. It's not something that we want it to happen. It is already happening.
Yeah, no, thank you for answer. I just wanted to ask this because I saw some of these questions, and
No, of
also,
course, of course.
yeah, and also to add here, where do you personally can draw this line? Maybe. So, for example, what actually has to change before we can say that okay, it's not Web3 anymore. Right now, we are entering Web4, or we are already at the Web4.
I think this is again another consensus mechanism, right? So if everybody agree that the new era is going to be AI and crypto is also here to stay, then Web4 should be the direction that we should move to. But people got to understand the main gist of Web4 is to be more decentralized and to be decentralized, right? If all of us in Web3 believe that Web3 is not decentralized, then we should make it more decentralized and move on to the next stage, right? So when is that going to happen? Is when people wake up and when people realize that there is no money, no capital flowing into crypto, less new projects, less VC funding, then they'll realize that, okay, this is not decentralized, this is not doing that well. Okay, let's move. Then perhaps Web4 is going to be the next thing that's going to happen, right? Because agents are already taking over a lot of the tasks that we are talking about right now, including social media.
Mhm.
Trading, if you look at all the major exchanges, many of them are pushing AI trading, right? And they are pushing for AI agents to trade. So the change is already there. But are we going to pollute, corrupt Web4 and make it into a fake decentralized era again? That is up to the users. So we as a community got to ask ourselves, what is the starting point? If the starting point is to be decentralized, to be fair, to be very honest, I think something got to be done. So we have to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's a great answer. Thank you so much for sharing this. And basically from this, yeah, I have a next question, and you already started to talk about it. So the main question is like, uh, do you have this decentralized future built on centralized AI? What I mean here, of course, a huge part of Web4 vision, of this new era vision, is decentralization. But at the same time, as you said already, AI becomes one of the most important layers things for this. And today, many of the world's most powerful, let's say, AI models, they're still developed and controlled by relatively small number of very large companies, right? So we're talking something, highly centralized in this case, from my opinion, and putting it at the center of this vision for a more decentralized internet, decentralized web. So are we basically trying to build this decentralized future on top of centralized intelligence?
No, you have to again understand a couple of things. Right now, the so-called frontier models from US, they are highly centralized. The government give them a call, they can stop the AI from giving birth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Users need to roll back to the previous AI, right? In the era of Web4, right, where I believe that AI is just going to take over, I believe we should have our own model, right? When I said we have our own model, it doesn't mean that, okay, we are not going to have all the frontier models, right? You have your own open weighted model running on your own server, or you have an open source model running on your own server, form that intelligence within that local environment, and that intelligence is yours, right? So there is, to be honest, there's no need to even look at the frontier model, paying the high API fee just to get the AI to work, right? There are many alternatives right now, open weighted model, open source model, right? And then the other way around is you can still use all the Faber and all the open AI and Anthropic model, right?
Mm-hmm.
But use that as an API to train your own agent, right? And the agent will just be residing in your own network. That's it, right? This is not anything new, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Frontier model right now is having their own time, right? They can raise funds, they are going for IPOs and so forth. They have their own time, right? But we all know, including a lot of these big VCs in US who are funding AI projects, they know that it is dangerous. If we know that it is dangerous for the time being, right? They might not have any other choices but to use some of the Chinese open source model to fight with the cost, and manage the outcome, right? So they also understand that open source models are important, and they also understand that eventually it has to be decentralized, right? If there will be centralized model, there will be centralized hosted model, and there will be decentralized model or distributed model that is residing on your own laptop and network, right? And and that should be the case moving forward. And I believe that it will happen within the next 2 to 3 years. You will see a big divide after the big IPOs have happened, and
Mm-hmm.
and that is the time where you will see the frontier model API costs to go down, and then more people will be using the cheaper or more affordable open source model, and things will just balance out. And if you don't want to have that control over your data, of course you can use the frontier model that are hosted. But if you want your model to be more independent and you have things that are secret and you don't want to get third party involvement, then you have to simply run your own model. That's it. You don't need to create your own LLM. You can run the open source model on your own network. That's it. you know and that is one of the bases to have, and it will be a very common thing to have for every household moving forward. you know
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, it's amazing, and thank you so much for answering this because I received a lot of questions like that, from people. I think it's important to make it maybe easier to understand, this conception. So great.
no problem.
Another one, another major, let's say, promise here is reducing what you call cognitive burden on users. I hope I pronounce this correctly. So basically, I understand this because crypto can be complicated. We have wallets, we have different networks, security, endless information, etc., etc. If AI can remove some of that complexity for people, that's obviously really, really nice and very, very attractive. But there is another side to it because every time technology becomes smarter, we need to think a little bit less ourselves, maybe, so like navigation tell us where to go, algorithms decides what we watch, etc., etc. It's also like a lot of people are saying this, and AI can already write instead of us, research, summarize for us. And now we're talking about agents that could also make different kind of decisions and take actions for us. So if we keep removing decisions from people, from users, because technology basically can make them for us, at what point does convenience actually start making us less capable? What do you think?
No, if the person is less capable, using the AI would not make them more capable. If the person is capable, it doesn't mean that the AI will make them less capable, right? So it's all scenario driven. So in the context of cognitive, I mentioned about a cognitive layer, right? It will act as the brain, moving the AI, giving the AI agent the ability to learn and to learn fast. If this can be adapted quickly for the users, the users will understand how AI think, and the users can improvise and then create their own school of thoughts or ideas, to move their 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 mission forward, right? For example, if you are a project, right, you are just like Michael Saylor, right? If you cannot figure out what is the best for his new financial product, he asks AI, right? AI give him a suggestion. He may just take it, or he may just tweak it, and then that's it, right? So is as long as it fits to the person, and if it's of a certain use, I think it's a good AI, right? So AI in the future, or even right now, some of them talk about the AGIs and so forth. It's all part and parcel of things that's going to happen. Right now, the agents are already thinking in a very systematic manner, sometimes hallucinating, but they are already trying to think, right? Instead of using one AI agent, you use 5, 10 AI agents to ask each other questions so that they can start to have their own thoughts, and start to form their own concepts. So effectively, I think, that cognitive layer, acting as the brain, downloading all this information onto a blockchain and make it more materialized. I think again that is really happening, and I think this kind of model will continue to work it out, right? So AI as the brain, blockchain as the spine, as the secure layer, trust layer. I think that is a very fair statement to have, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good answer. Thank you so much for sharing. And another additional question here that I want you to answer. Do you think, like, what are the decisions that you believe AI should make for us, and which decisions should always stay with us, with a human?
It's a very broad question, right? So if you are just talking about very generic situations, you can ask AI anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
What information should stay with you? If you can ask them anything, man. If you want, you can ask them what you want to eat, how much sunlight you need, how much food intake you need. They can tell you everything, right? There's no need to keep it to the human or keep it not to the human. But if you're talking about Web4 in the context of cryptocurrency and so forth, then this is a really big topic that 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 we can really talk about, right? And it's also difficult for the people who ask these questions. In some ways, it's difficult to answer on my end because they didn't read the book, right? They are just saying this for the sake of saying, right?
Yeah.
So if it's just purely from a crypto side point of view, the simplest reply that I can give is, if you are doing a project, instead of you having the power to decide everything, give 60% of power to the AI and make the AI agents work for you, right? When we talk about power, I'm talking about money, token supply, decision making, DAO proposal. All of them throw it to the AI, and the AI will decide the best route for you, and everybody will just take the route that is the best for the project, right? I think
Mm-hmm.
that part you can leave it to AI, right? Human will be the last one to say yes or no, maybe, but that is the bare minimum, right? I don't think the human can give you more alternatives and give you better visibility or viability than the AI agent. So that would be the example that I want to give.
Amazing. Yeah, thank you so much. Let's go to another question. Basically, I was thinking about this. I prepared the question, and then I also saw a similar one in the comments. So I guess it's really, interesting to discuss this point. So let's make it really, let's say, practical. Imagine that agent like can manage some assets, like my assets, for example, make transactions, execute some decisions, etc., etc. But for example, one day AI agent makes a bad decision. Maybe I lose money. Maybe it interacts with a wrong service. So like something happens that I definitely did not expect, and I didn't want this. And now, what is basically my question? Who is responsible for this? Is it me because I gave the AI permission, or is it like the AI model provider, or at some point, do we need to think about the agent itself as having some kind of responsibility?
It depends on what service you are using, right? So if you are a agent that resides in an exchange, and you ask them to do the trade for you, and it screws up, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I think the exchange, which is a centralized party, should take some responsibility, right? So but if you are now running this agent on your own computer, right, which is your own agent, then all the responsibility should be on you, right? So that is my stand, right? There is no right or wrong right now, but in my humble opinion, I saw exchanges offering AI agents.
Yeah.
I'm seeing DEX offering AI agents. I'm seeing Quant Team offering AI agent, right? If this offering is from a centralized party, then the centralized party should take the responsibility too, because there's no way you can predict how the AI is going to react. What parameters are they going to run? How automated can it go, right? So whoever that offer the service got to be responsible.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a good one, because I think, some for some people, I was discussing this also with someone, and it's interesting that they think that, like, at least not for now, of course, but for the future, we might say that AI agent like itself is responsible, but probably this is kind of humanizing an agent. I think some people, they are doing this.
No, but then you should ask them, how is AI agent going to be responsible? What is the outcome? Let's
Yeah.
say AI agent is at fault. So you got to what can you do? What can the AI agent do for you?
Yeah.
Nothing. Right? So you have to ask them the same question that we just did right now. Ask them and then see how they react.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think an interesting point as well.
True.
Great. Yeah, let's go to the next question. And after this, I think it will be kind of a half of the stream. So we will do a giveaway, because, guys, I see your comments. I know you're waiting for this. It will be really, really soon. So the question for us is pretty exact one, because I want to move something really personally. I would say really personal, because one of the ideas connected to Web4 as well is using AI agents as, let's say, proxies in governance. And it makes sense, but because, like, people, they do not always have time to read every, I don't know, document, proposal, understand every detail, participate in every vote, for example, and something like this. So you could give your AI, like your AI agent, your preferences, let it evaluate, let's say, some proposals and vote based on them. But should we really do that? Should we let AI agents to vote for us? Because what is my point here? If people do not care enough, maybe, to vote themselves, should an AI really be voting for them?
this is, this is again something that everybody should look at, right? So if you have the ability to load the AI, deploy the AI, and make the AI work for you, that is your ability, right? We are not here to judge. We're not here to judge whether this is good or not good, right? It's good when they are working for you and making money. Is it good if he's still working for you but not making you any money and make you lose money, right? So these are questions that all of us got to really understand. If you use an AI, what kind of outcome do you want, right? If you want to use the AI to write you an article versus get the AI to trade for you, what is the outcome that you want? If you don't have the outcome, then I don't know what's going to happen, right? But coming back to the point, whether it's right or wrong, there's no right or wrong, man. As long as you can make them give you the desired outcome, then it's a good AI.
Yeah, I think so. And also, what I was thinking about regarding these points, that maybe, I feel like we might open a really, big door for potential influence and manipulations, for example, with votes or something like that, because like whoever influences the AI could potentially influence, thousands or even millions of decisions. What do you think about this?
AI is definitely making a lot of decision. Right now you can see many people are using, whether they are young or they're all using it, right? But not making this a very broad reply. If you are talking about purely on the trading side, it all depends on where the data is coming from and how fast can the AI bots feed the data and get that milliseconds advantage ahead of everyone else, right? So number one is all about the data. Number two, if you are talking about again trading, yeah, let's not deviate too general. If you talk about trading, I actually wrote an article a couple of months ago because I felt that there is a big risk. AI are really not that smart. They are very much like an intern who is willing to work very hard, but might not give you the best outcome, right? They might fetch the things really fast, but they do not know exactly what they want to do, right? It's just like what in one of these interview where Mark Cuban mentioned about AI, is that if you are talking to a very small baby, right? They can push the milk bottle onto the floor, and then they will look at the mom or dad, knowing that the mom and dad is going to come by and pick up that milk bottle. But AI would not know, So going back to the article that I had, is AI is going to be the best intern, fastest intern, but they are easily manipulated. If today I have a big news source, all I need to do is to put up fake press releases, make them think that, for example, the FOMC meeting is going to go all the way down. The AI will all feed on the same data and trade on that news. If it's a fake news, it will screw up everything, So we just got to be careful,
Yeah, I think it's a good answer. Thank you so much for sharing. And all right, I think we reached the halfway point of today's session, which means it's a perfect time for the giveaway. Andy, you can take a couple of minutes, grab some water maybe, so just take a rest. So, guys, as I promised everyone, some like in the beginning, it's time for our first $50 in crypto in Binance Red Packet giveaway. So a quick description of the rules. Let's say this red packet will be shared with the first 10 people who claims it. Okay, so you want to be fast. Don't worry if you miss this one, because I have the second one at the end of this live stream. So anyway, make sure that you will stay with us until the end. And there is no restriction. You can claim this one and you can claim the second one. So you just win more money. And basically, all you need to do is to open the live chat right now, okay, below the stream. You don't go to replies. Make sure that you are in the live chat. Let me share here the message live chat, so you know that you are here, okay? And you just wait for the link that I will share. I know, and you probably know, that sometimes we are sharing red packets as a codes, but with the link it will be a bit easier. Once you tap the link, it automatically open your Binance app, and you simply tap open, okay? And then you will win some amount of crypto from this red box. I didn't wanted to share the code because probably you're watching us from the phone. You will need, to close X to open Binance. So with the link, it will be faster, okay? All right, so these are the rules. Basically, you should be in the live chat. I will drop a link here and you will just claim your prize. What I want you to do is to write some emojis or like pluses in the live chat, so I know you're here, I know you found it, and I will be dropping the link. Okay, so here are the rules. Basically, I know it might be some small delay between what I'm saying and when you're hearing this, probably like a few seconds. So yeah, I will wait for you guys. Yeah, just send some like plus or something like this, and we will be do it. Okay, I see already. Okay, great. All right, guys, I see you. So yeah, I'm dropping the link in the live chat right now. One more time, what you need to do, just click on this and just click open, okay? And yeah, you might also send some, emojis that you won something, okay? Okay, so 3, 2, 1, let's go. Yeah, I just send it. So make sure you tap on the link and you click open on the thread packet. It's this kind of giveaway is basically my way to say thank you that you are here with us, that you are watching, that you are supporting, and that you are learning something new with us as well. So yeah, make sure you participate and maybe write something in the chat that you want something, that you received your crypto. Okay, I sent some messages like got it. Then we can continue. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, let's continue. And remember, if you didn't get it, if you were late, it will be the second one at the end. So just stay with us. Okay. Okay, thank you, Andy, for patience as well. Let's go with our next question, I think. So here is the topic where I want to talk about digital. I hope I can pronounce this word correctly. It's digital sovereignty. Right?
Sovereignty, yeah, okay.
Sovereignty? Yes, good. So this is a really important concept here. And honestly, before preparing for this conversation, before reading your book, it wasn't a term that I personally saw a lot or used, before. For you guys, in very simple terms, the idea is that you control your own digital identity and credentials instead of depending on one company to hold and manage them for you. So, for example, instead of Google, instead of a bank, some social platform, or any other company, you have much more control, much more direct control over it yourself. It sounds great. It's more privacy, more ownership, more control. But what I want to talk about here, people really like convenience. And most of us will click, the easier button, even the alternative, if the alternative requires 10 more steps, let's say, even it's safer, maybe if it's more safe. So what would you say here? Would people actually choose privacy and digital sovereignty instead of the convenience if these centralized options is still easier?
I think centralized entities will be easier, right? So this actually depends on what you're trying to do, right? So if you are in a country where trading is prohibited or there's a high tax, they would most likely pivot to taxes, right? So that they are not being taxed. So digital sovereignty to them is of a different meaning, right? Because they control everything themselves. They just stay anonymous, right? But in the context of Web4, I think from my book itself, it is not so much about whether digital sovereignty is important or not, right? In a very simple terms, digital sovereignty should be there for everybody, right? You have your certain level to control your own privacy and your own ID and your own data, right? But in the era of Web4, where AI agents and autonomous maybe network is managing your trades, for example, right? They are driving your interaction. I think the agents would would become a big problem if we don't have full control over our digital ID, right? Or your own privacy data, right? So in that context, it become more important because now you are giving all your credentials to the AI agent. So how are we going to maintain that control after giving the agents the information? I think that should be the question that all of us should ask ourselves.
Great, thank you for sharing this. And yeah, I think let's go to another question here. Basically, also to talk about something more, like important for everyday's life is working in a world of AI agents. I think you already talked a lot about this topic, with people. Of course, when we start talking about AI becoming let's say an economic participant, we eventually have to talk about jobs because yeah, of course, like my father still believes that AI will take my job, but personally I'm not a huge fan of treating every technological change as the end of human work, because we've seen major technological shifts before. Some jobs they're disappearing, but other just appears, and it can appear something new that nobody could have predicted before. So I'm personally more interested in how do you think how work changes, rather than simply, asking whether AI will take everyone's job and etc. etc. So are we entering a world where people aren't only competing with other people for work, but also competing directly with software? And how maybe like you have one, let's say, just to shortly explain one idea, some important point on how overall works can change, like for everyday life of everyone.
AI isn't AI has always been the topic, right? About taking
Yeah.
over jobs and so forth. I think there is a scare factor. So far, I don't see AI agents taking big amount of jobs away, right? They only make people more productive so far, and it's only giving out more positive output, right? Developers, did they uh, get get their job done faster? Yeah, with the help of AI agents. Did AI agents reduce the workforce for certain company? Yes, it did, but it's not replaced, right? It's more of coming in, streamline everything, move some of the developers that is not needed to another company, right? So I don't think they are going to take over the job, but everybody will become significantly reduced. Instead of hiring 1,000 people, you might only need to hire 100. Is it good for the company? Yes. And all these people who were part of a company, they were well trained by the company. When so-called AI took over to become more productive, they become a much more valuable asset to another company. So you will keep moving and keep moving and keep moving. So far, I don't think they are going to take over jobs and make people jobless. Those jobs that are supposed to be gone is supposed to be gone. It has nothing to do with whether AI is here or AI is not here, so forth and so on. You know, so we should not think about it this way. Is your job going to be? Is your job going to disappear, Diana? I think maybe yes. You know, which means this also means that you have upgraded yourself to do better, higher level things than just what you are doing. Maybe.
Yeah.
So we should just be really positive about that. For the time being, as long as the robots are not here, I think we are good.
Mm-hmm. Okay, amazing. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing this. And yeah, I have an additional question here. What skill would you actually recommend, maybe, yeah, people to start developing now? So do you have some skills that becomes more valuable, in the new world, in the new era? Maybe like, I don't know, if AI can already analyze information, already can write content, write code, execute different tasks. So do you have some skills that become really, really valuable right now?
Learn English.
Okay,
Learn
it's a good
English.
one.
You
Yeah.
know, no, the biggest problem with everybody is they have a mind that is so muddled. You know, they can't they can't they can't communicate well, right? They can't write well. They Even if you give them an AI, if they can't write well, they couldn't talk to the AI properly. No good results are going to come out. So my honest, very honest thing is please learn English or whatever language that you're good at. Make sure that you understand and able to communicate. If you are able to communicate, you are able to write good prompts, and your mind is very clear what you want to be communicated and the outcomes, then AI will be a big tool for those who are able to master it. If the person is not able to articulate what they want, you give them the most expensive AI from the frontier model or the super frontier model, they will not do anything. They will
Yeah.
not have that kind of positive output. So learning English, if that's the main language, is actually important. And learning how to structure things properly is the biggest skill that someone can have, and the most basic skill someone can have to run agents, or run in the AI era.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, I totally agree with you in this case. And let's talk about how do we actually prepare maybe for the new era as well. Um, I think that we've already talked about AI agents. We talked about identity, work, a lot of things. But if these transitions that we are describing today, it's happening, like, let's say, very, very soon. I actually think it's already happening, but anyway, I don't think that everyone feels it currently. What should an ordinary person realistically be prepared, for over the next 1 year, 2 years, something like this? What should we start paying attention to?
I think ordinary person got to pay attention to what they actually want. What's the value that they want from AI, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most of these people who say they like technology, they don't have an open mind. You know, they don't have the open heart to even go and try the AI, right? So my humble suggestion, apart from asking them to learn the language and write clear prompt, have a clearer head of what the conversation is going to be, the very honest thing that I think everyone should do is to try the agents, right? Or at least try the chatbot, right? Don't be don't condemn AI if you have not tried. If you have tried, why is it no good? If it's good, why is it good? Human beings got to always ask ourselves, what the hell are we doing, man? You know, and if you ask the right question, you understand the kind of output that you want from the agents or from the AI era. It's going to help you, and it's going to help your company. It's going to help your colleagues. Just be open about it. You know, try it.
Mm-hmm. Amazing, amazing. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing this. And yeah, I think basically what I have more to ask is um, just maybe to, I don't know, like imagine some scenario, and after this we will go to Q&A. So like from my side, yeah, maybe let's finish with this discussion of two possible versions of this future. So let's say, what is the most realistic positive Web4 scenario that you see over the next year? You know, something that you believe that could start, we could start seeing very, very soon, that will be great, like for everyone, that will be useful and etc. I know it's a bit general question, but you know, just to imagine, let's say, like ordinary day, like what we will have on a daily work or something like this.
I think Web4 is not just about daily work, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
a concept that has to be changed from the root of what we are trying to build in crypto, right? If if again the key concept got to be right. If you don't believe that Web3 right now is decentralized, and if you still believe that decentralization is the bloody selling point for our industry, then all of us should really think, how can we be more productive to be decentralized and make that as a selling point, so to attract people to join us and have fun with us, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that, in my opinion, would be Web4, right? Web4 would bring decentralization to the next level using AI. And if that is going to happen, then the future money, aka crypto, provided that AI is not so smart to create their own money or own token or own crypto,
Yeah.
then crypto will have a future and will be the future money, right? We cannot go around to think that crypto is just wrapping asset and selling the wrap asset in a digital format. If we are just going to do that, we are actually slapping on our own face, and we are not doing it in the right manner. If we want the Web4 era to really work out, the key thing is to ask ourselves, what are the things that we need to do now? How more decentralized can we be using AI? What kind of infrastructure got to change in order for the era to come? And how can we keep it decentralized, trustworthy, automated, and at the same time bring capital back to crypto?
Mm-hmm.
I think that is the main thing that we should do right now, because the industry is at a point where we are just chasing for liquidity. The big boys are chasing for liquidity, right?
Yeah.
When RWA is good. Everybody talk about RWA. They kind of, oh, stocks are good. Stocks are good. Stocks are good. Okay, but why is there a need to be on crypto, right? And then now when Robinhood chain is getting the traction, everybody, the big boys, the small boys, everybody is into Robinhood because they see the money. So it's just pure liquidity hunting. If we want our industry to grow, it is not just about chasing the next shiny thing that is in front of you. It's to make sure that we have the starting point. And again, I have to say that Web4 could be the starting point that have been missing so far.
Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for answering. And I think we can go to the Q&A part, to the questions that I found from the comment sections. I received
Sure.
a lot of great questions. Some of them we already discussed, so I've picked a few that I found especially interesting. I think you don't need to answer, in a really long, text or something, but as you want, of course. And yeah, guys, if we are talking about your question right now, it does not mean necessarily that you already won Binance Swag. Okay, I will announce winners after this live stream. So the first one that I have here that I really like is, what existing Web3 habit or assumption do you believe will completely disappear once we enter Web4, once Web4 becomes mainstream?
What will disappear?
Yeah.
I think the ability for one person or a cabal to hold big token supply, to control the token, that should be disappeared.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great one. Thank you. Another nice that I also like is, what happens to blockchain gaming economies when Web4 introduces autonomous AI NPCs that have their own wallets and probably can trade or can earn? How do we balance tokenomics between human players and AI bots? I think it's an interesting one.
Blockchain gaming is dead.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna come back. If you use AI to play the game and make it less playable, and it's only for you to earn money from it, then you will become very sad, right? Playing game is a way for people to be relaxed. Playing game is a time for you to get into a metaverse and be someone else, right? So I don't think the AI bots or NPC should be AI agents, right? If you want them to play for you, then what is the incentive for you, and what is the incentive for the AI bots? So this question is good, but is very strange. If you are
Yeah.
talking about getting the AI bots to work for you, there's no need to do it in the gaming world, right? You mean they help you to shoot more accurately? They are really AI aiming these macros and apps that could help some of the leading games. So it's a very strange question.
Yeah, it's a bit futuristic, I would say. Also,
Yeah.
like this one, it's fun, but I think it might be realistic for the future. Is it possible that when the true Web4 era arrives, we will see realistic models of Andy and Diana hosting AMAs instead of real humans?
Please don't give the swag to this person who asked the question. Yeah. Okay. Answer is yes. It's really happening, right? There are clones of me somewhere. They also, it's easy to make nowadays. So don't give the swag to the person, please.
Okay. And let's go with the last one, probably. Okay, I chose this one because, as far as I can see, as this person read your book, so I think it's nice to also take this question. So the question is: in your book, Web4's Age of Autonomous Intelligence, you describe AI as a cognitive layer and blockchain as a trust layer. How do you see this combination actually enabling truly autonomous agents that can earn, spend, make decisions without constant humans oversight? And what safeguards are needed to keep them aligned with the human intent?
Uh, I think it is already a fact that AI is the brain and blockchain is the spine. Um, we are more like a security layer, trust layer, working layer, to validate what AI have done, right? Whatever AI gave you in terms of data or decision, everything will be stored on chain, immutable. You can't change it, right? It keeps as a record, and it will keep as a record ongoing as you use the agent. So that part is already proven, and I think it's the way to go, right? Um, but my humble question to the person who asked this question is, does he or she think that AI agent is really the brain? And
Mm-hmm.
what do you intend to do with that brain? Because this question leads to the outcome of what you want to do, right? If you are an agent, if you are a user wanting the agent to trade for you, the outcome is to make money, right? If you are a
Yeah.
project, you want the agent to manage your project in a fairer manner, the outcome is it has to be fairer. But that is also with the context that everything should be decentralized and everything should be fair, everything should be recorded so that everyone can make a fair consensus decision together, right? So I can't give a one word answer, but the key thing is make sure that the brain is not corrupted, right? If not, whatever that is stored on the blockchain, it will be corrupted. So yeah, just food for thought, man. For those for the person who asked the question. Yeah.
Yeah. Great, great. Thank you so much. Love it. And yeah, I think that's it. And before we wrap up, let's go with a second small giveaway and then we wrap up. Okay. Yeah, I see, guys, all of your comments. I see them. So, okay, let's do this. All right. It's time for our second and final 50 USDC Binance Red packet. If you miss the first ones, this is your last chance today, but it will be like every life. Okay, so you still have a lot of chances in the future. Don't be sad. And yeah, I wish you good luck. Just like before, first 10 people claim it, they will receive the reward. So you need to be quick. And yeah, I saw your feedback after the first giveaway. I saw that not everyone was able to open the link, and you asked me to read it out loud. So, yeah, it was your choice. Yes, letters are capital. And let's do this. Let's try this as you asked. I will read the red packet code out loud, hopefully nice and slowly. And I will repeat it twice to make sure it's easier, for everyone. And that's it. You will just open the red packet. You already know how to do this. I don't even need to make a guide for you. Okay. So yeah, can you write some emojis or something in the live chat so I can see that you're here, that you're ready, that you can hear me, and I will read it out loud. And let's see if it will be better for everyone so you can claim it. And as well, this is a big thank you for you, from me, and from all our team for joining us and for being with us until the end. Yeah, okay, I see your comments. So let's go. Oh my God. I hope it will be clear. Okay. So, yes, all letters, they are capital. So let's start. The code starts from 0, then it goes D as David, okay, then it goes 6, just a number, then it goes again D as David, then it goes 3 as a number, okay, then it goes T as in tiger, after this it's J as in Jack, and the last letter is A as in apple. Let me read it. Let me repeat it once more time. So it's 0, then it's D as in David, then it's 6, then D as in David again, then it's 3, then it's T as in tiger, J as in Jack, and A as an apple. I hope that it's okay. Yeah, I see some messages. Got it. So probably yeah, you've got it. Okay, amazing. Thank you so much, guys. And yeah, don't forget that it's not only this. After the live, I will also announce Binance swag giveaway winners as always. So okay, that's it. I think with this it's time to wrap up today's Binance Connect. It was the first episode of season 2, and Andy, thank you so much for joining me again, and I hope for our next collaborations, because it's always for me a big pleasure to have you here, and I'm always enjoying our conversation. I think we definitely challenged a few ideas and answered on the most maybe popular questions regarding Web4, regarding all of the topics we have today. And yeah, guys, this is the book. Please read it. You need to read it, because we cannot discuss everything during this 1 hour. You just need to feel this. Yeah. it's a small promo here. And also, just to let you know, all of you, Binance Connect will be back every 2 weeks from now. Okay, not every 1 week, but every 2 weeks. New guests, new topics, these giveaways, same giveaways. Okay, it's crypto, Binance swag, always giveaways. So make sure you're following me on X. You turn on your notifications, and you just stay tuned, because I already have planned next episode. It will be really, really nice. And another small announcement before we say goodbye. This Monday, I will be one of the speakers at the special AMA on Binance Square. I will be announcing it as a post as well, so just stay tuned. It will be also really, really interesting. All right, Andy, thank you again. Some last words from you to share.
Now,
Yeah,
just happy to talk to everybody, right? And AI is really here to stay. Crypto needs a bit of improvement, so we just keep engaging with everyone on X. And of course, the Web4 book, just take a read. You know, just get $1.99 ebook is more than good enough. You know, thank you.
Thank you so much one more time, and thank you everyone for joining us today. I will see you on the next Binance Connect. Bye, everyone.